Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie and today we're doing March 2024 readings. So we're going to be looking at the predictions for March, what's going to be going on in your life, what you can expect, as well as what might be coming in. We have 4 piles here for you today. We have pile 1. This is the Mythos Tarot and a smoky quartz point. Pile 2, we have the Linestrider Tarot and a combination of honey calcite and shungite. Pile 3, we have the Tarot of the Divine and of Selenite Palmstone. And pile 4, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot and this blue apatite. So take a moment, think about March and all the goodness that's going to come in. This is going to be the astrological new year when we begin going into Aries. So I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the Mythos Tarot and this beautiful smoky quartz point, then we have your reading here for the March. Maybe you're going on a March, I'm not sure, but for March 2024. So there was a message coming through before I started recording, and that's that you're so very beautiful, pile 1. I don't think you understand how beautiful you are. There's somebody saying over and over, you are so beautiful. So I'm not sure if this is like a spirit guide, your angels, or somebody who will be telling you that you're very beautiful. Somebody in the physical that you may know that might have an interest in you, or that could just really love you. But regardless, we're going to look at your oracles to get a gist of how the month of March will be going for you. We have trust, the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. For some of you, relationships might be at the forefront this month. You got 2 of these. We have Venus again. So I'm not sure if your Venus is going to be in a sign either in Pisces or Aries, but I really do feel like you're going to be feeling very beautiful. There's something about your energy that is just screaming Venusian energy. Regardless of what you identify as, you're going to come off as beautiful. I don't want to, well, or handsome. I guess handsome can work as well, but men can be beautiful as well. We have dissolution. And your goddess card, oh, I hope I can pronounce this right. Estsanatlehi. I wonder if the book has her pronunciation, but it says transformation here. This is a goddess of transformation, or that inspires transformation. And I really do feel like you have just come through some sort of transformation, pile 1. Because with trust and relationships, I'm wondering if you've been having trouble trusting in other people or trusting relationships. If you're single, I feel like you've been having trouble trusting people who are coming in. And if you are in a relationship, you might have had issues with trust with your partner. Let me look in the book because I really need to learn about this goddess. But I really do feel that you're going to feel beautiful and you're going to trust what people tell you when it comes to your beauty. Estsanatlehi. You've been through a lot in your life lately and your heart may feel heavy. Let Estsanatlehi, goddess of the sky and earth, help lift your weary spirit and renew it. Transformation is her specialty. It's time to take the lesson, release it, and say thank you next to this phase of your life. So especially if you've gone through a recent breakup or if you've left something behind that made you feel very ugly, I really do feel like you're going to step into this new energy of knowing that this trust is your self-trust, is what I'm hearing. It's knowing to trust yourself, especially if you're somebody who likes to jump from relationship to relationship, or if you jump from like toxic person to toxic person. I feel like you may understand that you are kind of drawn to some kind of negative trait in people and you're not sure why. It's kind of like you're drawn to bad boys or bad girls, but you know they're going to break your heart. You know they're not going to treat you well, but there's just something so alluring about that. I feel like you've done the work to heal this, or you will between now and some point in March, and you're going to learn how to trust yourself around these kinds of people or around this kind of energy, because Venus is love, but it's also self-love, alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. You're going to be looking for the right relationship. You're no longer going to settle for a situationship or for crumbs or for somebody who won't treat you right or somebody who's just there for a fun time, because there's nothing wrong with a fun time. There's nothing wrong with situationships if you're if you know you're in a mood that you don't want to commit to somebody, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're both very open and honest about where this is going. But there's something about your energy, pile one, that lets me know that you're looking for somebody reliable, for somebody you can go the distance with. You're looking for commitment. I feel like some of you are ready to start a life with somebody. Take that only if it resonates, but even if you're not, I feel like you're looking for a proper relationship here, not just a situationship, not just crumbs, not just a flirtationship either. I feel like you're really looking for somebody who's going to care about you, who's going to treat you like the jewel that you are, who's going to love you the way you're supposed to be loved, and not just saying that to your face to get you to do something. They're going to say it because they mean it. The dissolution here is the dissolution of all this toxicity that you used to think was fun. Because I'm seeing, like, I'm hearing roller coaster of love. I like that song because I feel like it makes sense. Sometimes you're just addicted to the roller coasters that a relationship can bring, like the ups, the downs. It's almost like you don't mind the drama because you know that, like, you know, the makeup stuff is going to be that much more interesting or that much more juicy. But in this case, it's like we're done with that. That's like you're past this point. I also see this goddess as like a grandmother figure, but like this beautiful grandmother figure. Like you can see, I'm not sure if some of you are older in age, but you can see like she's got lines here, and she's got like, if some of you are getting older and you feel like you're no longer going to be beautiful, I mean, just look at this woman. She looks absolutely gorgeous despite her age, despite her face, despite, I guess, maybe her body, though I don't think there's anything wrong with her body here. There is definitely something about you just being absolutely beautiful, regardless of where you are in life and regardless of what you look like. This transformation has been an internal transformation that's going to reflect on the outside. I feel like, especially if you're not used to taking care of your body or worrying about your appearance, you're going to find yourself doing so, or at the very least, more so. And in some cases, for those of you who do a little bit too much to your body, you're going to scale it down, because you'll understand that you don't need to do as much to look beautiful. I feel like there's a balance here regardless of what you do for your appearance. It's like you're either going to do a little bit more or you're going to scale it back a little bit less, because what's going to show through is your true inner beauty, the inner light that shines. Your heart is what's going to show through, and that's what's going to make you beautiful, and that's what's going to attract the right person. I'm sorry this already is leaning more towards romance. I didn't intend for that. But regardless, the self-trust is coming through, as is the dissolution of any kind of connection that doesn't benefit you or was toxic. And that could also include family, and it could also include friends. I feel like people in general, the people you interact with, are going to be at the forefront in March for you, pile one. Because believe it or not, even being surrounded by friends and family who don't think the best of you can be impactful on the way you see yourself, especially if you come from like a family that would always talk negatively about you or made you feel a certain way. It's hard to feel beautiful and worthy of love when you're in that kind of environment by a family that thinks that you're not worth it, or that make you feel like you're less than in less than in some way. There's definitely a feeling here that you're going to learn how to get out of your own way, and it's going to be very beautiful. And by that, I mean, you're not going to allow people to treat you a certain way. You're going to stand up for yourself. And that itself is also very beautiful. It's very empowering. It's beauty through empowerment. And it's quite lovely. We're going to look at the Astro Dice. I didn't notice that when I first did this, but if you have earbuds in, I would lower the volume because this can get loud when I throw them. So we have Scorpio, and that makes sense with transformation. We have the 8th house, which is also a house of transformation. And we have the north, or is this a south node? I want to say this is the north. No, this is the south node. So you might have the south node in Scorpio in the 8th house, or... So we're going from this energy of intensity. And Scorpio, even though it's a feminine sign, it's got very masculine energy as well. It's a good blend of masculine and feminine. But we're stepping out of that into a much more feminine energy. So instead, we're going to shift towards a soft energy. A lot of you are becoming soft in the month of March, and that's not a bad thing. This is you becoming gentle, both with yourself and with other people. Your energy is becoming very gentle and healing. Think of like, instead of a storm out at sea, you're the lapping waves on a beach. You're going to become softer, but in a good way, because it's going to be very transformative. It's like you transform through allowing yourself to feel the beauty that you are. And I really love this for you, pile one. Already off to a great start. With the south node we're going to be focusing a little bit on our past and what didn't work, as well as like, again, the things you used to be attracted to, you will no longer be attracted to. The things you used to attract, you will no longer attract, because you're stepping into new energy. Do look out for like better people coming through for you, whether that's friendships, love, or work, or any kind of networking. I definitely feel you're going to attract a lot better people because you're in a much newer energy. So let's move on to the tarot. And if somebody knows how to pronounce her name, please let me know, because the book didn't give me a guide for it, which is weird because it typically does. Or I might be thinking of another book. But we have the Mythos Tarot here. I love this deck so much. And it's actually one of my, in my opinion, it's one of my more beautiful decks. Not just because it has attractive people, but also because, well, I mean, just look at it. But I think Greek things, ancient Greek things are beautiful in general. So for my pile 1, they had a big emphasis on beauty in that culture as well. We have the 9 of Coins. This is the 9 of Pentacles with Plutus. And he's the god of wealth, I want to say. We have the 6 of Cups with Mnemosyne. Mnemosyne. One of these days I'll learn how to pronounce these. But I do love the butterflies here. It's transformation through that which makes you feel happy, through nurturing your inner child. I feel like some of you might be doing that as well. We also have the 3 of Coins, the Morai. The Morai. Yeah, like I said, I feel like you're networking this month. I feel like you're going to reach out to new people who are definitely going to help you up. And it might be due, again, to the fact that you're attractive, not just physically, but in terms of like how you work and the work you do, that's very attractive to them. So they're definitely going to reach out to you, or you may reach out to them and they'll agree to work with you. It's kind of like, especially if you work in a field that is very visually, if it's very visual, this is going to be a good month for you. I'm sorry if you can hear the dogs. There's a lot of noise in my neighborhood lately. It's an early spring here, so yeah. We have Temperance with Artemis here. That makes sense. This is you scaling back where you need to and giving energy where it needs to go. And the Page of Wands with Hemera. I definitely see you in this new energy of being like, even if you're not these things, you're definitely the hot new thing that people want to work with. There's this energy here that you're very, you're going to get some clout due to the work you do, or how you look, or how the work you do looks, because it's looking very good. Again, especially if you work in the visual arts, or if your job is more creative, if it's visual, this is going to be a good month for you. You're going to attract a lot of people who want to work with you. But let's clarify these. I'm going to use the same deck to clarify these. So let's clarify the 9 of Coins. We have the 3 of Wands. I feel like you've been preparing your finances in some way, or you could see a return on some kind of financial thing. I know in where I live right now, it's tax season, so you might see a really good financial return. With the 3 of Wands, this is just letting you know that you have to prepare for whatever money is incoming, that you make sure you set aside some for your bills, and then some aside for other things. It's like, make sure you're managing your money very well this month. That's coming through, because I'm not sure what your finances are, pile 1, but you definitely want to set aside money for a rainy day here. Make sure that you have enough in savings. Let's clarify the 6 of Cups. Ooh, the Devil. Like I said, I feel like you've been drawn to people who are just not great. But we'll get to that in a moment. But we're cutting these ties. To clarify the 3 of Coins, we have the 8 of Swords with Medusa. To clarify Temperance, which is your biggest theme, we have the 6 of Wands, success. Oh, I love this. Nike means success. Like I said, you're a hot new item, hot new person, and people really, really want to work with you, or they want to get to know you. I really feel you're going to attract a lot of people who are good for you. And we have the Queen of Coins, Rhea, which makes sense, because I feel like what they're attracted to you is what they are attracted to about you is this reliability that you have. Like, not only can you do really good work, but they can count on you to make like consistent good work anytime that you have to work. This is also earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And especially if you're a Taurus, because this would be the most visually pleasing of those signs, I feel like you do work that is very classic, like it's timeless. There's a timelessness about you that people really enjoy and that they know they can invest in because it'll be something that lasts a lifetime as opposed to, you know, just a trend. Which is funny because the Page of Wands is typically a trend, but I feel like the new trend, at least with you, is that you're timeless. People want to invest in something that's going to look good for years to come. Back of the deck, we have the Four of Coins with a Epiphron. But yeah, your finances are going to be at the forefront in March, which is okay because I feel like you're actually are going to have the ability to manifest a lot of money, or at the very least enough attention that will gain you money. But like I said, make sure you're handling your finances. Set aside a time to budget. Even if you don't typically like to budget, I feel like in March, this would be a good thing to start. Or at the very least for this month, make sure you're watching how you're spending and where you're allocating your money towards. Because there's something about like a surprise bill, or maybe something costing more than usual, or I don't know, maybe there's something that you just have to keep an eye out for in the month of March when it comes to your finances. But regardless, I feel like you're going to be fine. It's just plan, because not every month will be as abundant as this month may be, with the Six of Cups and the Devil. Okay, so going back to being attracted to things that are not great for us here with the Devil. Again, this is you being attracted to bad boys. This is Hades. And even though Hades isn't exactly a bad boy, that's the reputation he gets. And I feel like you make excuses for the people you're attracted to that do have that reputation. Again, you have a very lovely heart. You're very beautiful on the inside and out. So I feel like you like to make excuses for people who tend to not treat you the best, or who keep you in this energy where you can't flourish. Because the Six of Cups is an emotional reciprocity. I feel like you're definitely a healer, and healers naturally attract bad boys because they need to be healed. And you may even see that. You may even be really into that dynamic of wanting to like heal somebody or save somebody. But the truth is, we have to cut cords with this. We have to cut ties, because you have to focus on yourself, pile one. I'm being very blunt about it because I feel like I've been reading that in every other reading lately. It's definitely a theme here where we're drawing back our energy, and instead of exchanging these cups with this person, we're giving back to ourselves. Because what you're nurturing is your inner child here. I feel like a lot of this bad boy energy that you're attracted to has stemmed from your childhood in one way or another. Maybe you had a parent who had similar behaviors to the kind that you have been attracting that have not been great for you. But because you're comfortable in it, you've been okay with it, or it feels like home, or it feels like love. But the truth is, at the end of the day, it's still a toxic behavior. A toxic behavior is still a toxic behavior, and you're still being not treated very well. So we're letting go of this in March, or at the very least, you're focusing a little bit more on it and learning how to heal it, how to gently let it go. It's a very gentle energy that is coming through in March. It's nothing aggressive, and it's nothing too abrasive either. I typically feel that when it comes to letting go these energies, but it's like, because you're being very gentle with yourself and gentle with others, you're learning how to work in this beautiful, it's very feminine energy. It's very beautiful. With the Three of Coins and the Eight of Swords, something's going on at work, and you don't want to have to deal with it. I feel like I did a reading earlier that had something similar, where there's like gossip or talk at work. And I'm not sure if it has to do with you or if it has to do with anything else. But you're definitely going to feel like you don't want to have anything to do with the people around you at work, because they're definitely going to be in a very, interesting energy. Some people are just getting really tired of everything around them, and they kind of want to vent at you, or they want to talk to you about it, but you're kind of done. The Eight of Swords, you don't want to have to see it. You don't want to have to deal with it. If you could look at people and turn them into stone so they could shut up about it, I feel like you would prefer that. What this is telling me is to definitely put your defenses up when it comes to work. Like, don't speak unless you really, really want to have to deal with that energy, and I feel like you won't want to. It's giving me people just wanting to complain, not because there's anything bad going on, believe it or not. I feel like, again, it's just change, and they don't want to have to deal with change. So rather than deal with it, they want to talk to you about it. But I see you standing up and being like, I don't want to talk about this, or I'd rather just not. I feel like you just want to do your work and get out of there. That's the energy I'm feeling. And even though other people might tell you the same thing, it's like, yeah, I just want to do my work and get out of here. You're like, okay, well then do it. I see you being very blunt. I don't know why Medusa is giving me this energy of being very blunt. It's very, yeah, you're kind of done with the people at work this month. They might be extra whiny this month, so just be aware of that. Temperance and the Six of Wands. I love this. This is success in being able to balance out certain things in your life. I feel like you're finally learning your footing when it comes to certain aspects, because I'm seeing a little bit of everything. You're learning how to manage your finances, you're learning how to manage your health, you're learning how to manage in some cases your dating life, if that's what you're working on, or your romance. I feel like you're learning how to give attention to the right things at the right time, because temperance is very interesting. It's a balance, but it's like knowing when to give a certain thing more attention than others, because not everything can have your attention all at once. So maybe one week you're focusing on this, the next week you're focusing on that, and you kind of develop a pattern where you know how to give attention to the things that need attention right away, because there's only so much of you to go around. You can't give all of yourself here. You have to be able to allocate a certain amount of time to the things that you need to prioritize, and every day or every week will be different, and you're going to learn how to balance this out. I feel like it's going to be a good skill that you learn going forward in life. Or maybe it's something you never really thought of and now you're bringing to mind. For example, if you feel like you really need to take care of yourself physically, your health, one week you might decide to focus on that. So you're eating well, you're going to the gym, you're working out, you're doing, all the self-care things. And the next week you're going to focus on your finances. So you're going to budget, you're going to maybe start a savings account, whatever it is. You're going to have to do math one week, and that's okay, because this is part of taking care of yourself. These two cards together, you are successfully taking care of yourself. And it's going to feel like a party. It's going to feel really good. You're going to feel so accomplished when you do this. Even if you typically don't, even if you typically see it as a chore that you don't want to have to do, you're going to feel very accomplished when it comes to this. I see this more towards mid-March when we get into Aries, because Aries doesn't put up with a lot. Like, Aries just likes to get stuff done and move on. I really love Aries energy. I have it in my Venus. And I actually think the Six of Wands... No, I'm thinking of the Four of Wands. One of those two is Venus in Aries. So if it's not during mid-March, then it might be whenever Venus gets into Aries, which I think won't be for a while. I think it won't be until... I don't know. I haven't looked at an ephemeris, but let's move on. This is you, pile one. This is you. You're this Page of Wands energy where you're new, shiny, and bright, and there's something very inspirational about you. You definitely have like a lot of creative juices flowing here. I feel like you're definitely getting new ideas and being inspired. But whatever it is that you're gaining this inspiration from, it's going to be long lasting. It's going to bring in the money. It's going to sustain you for a while. I really do feel like people are loving this very grounded and classic energy about you. I keep hearing classic, so I'm not sure if there's actually something classic about you, but there's some timelessness about you that people really love. I'm hearing a combination of old and new money. Like, they're both going to be able to appreciate whatever you do, and definitely bringing in that money. This is you taking care of yourself. This is you nourishing your physical body, your home, if that's something you have. I feel like you might be doing some upgrades in your house as well. Like, I don't know if you're doing renovations or just, tidying up the place, redecorating for sure. You're going to do some, I feel like this is the spring cleaning coming through if you do any of that. And if it's spring where you currently are, where I am, it is in the Northern Hemisphere. But I don't know, maybe in the Southern Hemisphere, you guys do something similar for fall. But there's definitely this energy here that you're bringing in something new, and you're going to shine very brightly. People are going to love you. This is them showing their appreciation toward you. Bottom of the deck energy, Four of Coins. Again, I feel like you're holding on to certain things, but I also feel like you're ready to let them go, because underneath that, Two of Coins, we're balancing things out here. You're learning when to let something go. And I feel like you're going to be in this energy where you understand you have to let something go, but you're going to allow the timing to be right, as opposed to just cutting it off and then having to think about it later. You're going to allow yourself to understand when it's time to let something go, especially if you have like a situationship here, because I feel like some of you do. Or if this is somebody who's been having way too much of your attention, you're going to know when to let that person go. You're breaking cycles this month, and you're healing a lot of past wounds, which has been a very big common theme in my readings anyway. So I see a lot of beautiful things for you, pile one. I definitely do. I love this. I love this for you. So let's move on to your concluding cards, your closing cards. I really love that the two major arcana that came out here were the Devil and Temperance, because Temperance will, you know, tame that devil. I definitely feel you're going to be doing that this month. So let's see. We're going to get one card from the Super Attractor deck. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. This almost makes me think of either Eve reaching for the fruit of knowledge or Persephone reaching for a pomegranate, though I'm not sure if that's how that myth went. There's definitely temptation coming in the month of March, but I see you very successfully dodging it. Like, yeah, you're going to dodge that temptation. Like somebody thought they had you, but they didn't. It's like they're the ones reaching out for that fruit. We also have a goddess oracle card. Working a lot with goddesses lately. Trying to tap into some feminine energy. Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Especially with the changing of the seasons, which is coming up this month, I think. I think that's when the equinox the equinoxes are happening. Either autumnal or vernal, depending on where you are. And then a card from the Sacred Self-Care. My lovely pile one, we have I got to read. So you might be reading a little bit more and pleasure. So I'm not sure if I can show this. Just know that it says pleasure. But definitely you will be reading up on certain things. I feel like for some of you, it might be reading up on finances, because that was the biggest thing I heard you learning this month. Especially if you're doing taxes for yourself the first time, I feel like you're going to read up a little bit on that. You might also read up on like savings accounts. There's money in general is going to be big this month for you. So I feel you reading up on that, but also reading up on anything that you might want to learn. And then with pleasure, I feel like you're going to do a lot more of the things that make you happy, a lot of the things that bring joy to you, not necessarily people. I don't think you're not going to go back to that devil character here. Here you're going to be doing the things that bring you joy in a very simple way. It's like going for a walk or going outside if you enjoy that. It could be, again, if you're enjoying exercising, it could be that. It's definitely more physical though. Whatever this pleasure is, you're going to be loving yourself and taking care of your body. And definitely focusing on, I feel like the glow up that you're going to go through is going to be very subtle. Like you won't have to do much, but it's going to be there and people will notice that you're doing something beautiful. But okay, now I have one more thing for you, pile one. I have this angel numbers book that I've been wanting to use forever, but I keep forgetting. So for the month of March, let's go ahead and get an angel number for my pile one, and I'm going to do this bibliomancy style. Okay, let's go here. Let's get the first one. Be bold. Trust self and spirit. Your angels want you to fall back on your higher power and know that in doing so, you are building your inner strength. Create time for a meditation today in which you go within. Practice deep breathing and feel yourself remaining calm and peaceful no matter what the world is doing outside. It's funny because we did have trust in the oracles. Trust self and spirit. Yeah, you're definitely learning to trust yourself and to trust that you can handle anything that life throws at you. But this is where I leave you, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated or if you would like to claim it, please do so in the comments below. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this combination of honey, calcite, and shungite, then we have you reading here for you for the month of March. So we're going to be looking at the oracles to get a gist of what's going on in your life, and then we're going to look into the tarot to see how it's going to pan out. So we have purity, We have the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery. Fall into her arms. We also have Benevolent Guide. And Benten, Creative Luck. So I see a lot of creativity coming through for you. With Purity, I get a sense of renewal, but it's going to be very soft and gentle. It's almost like you wake up every day with like a new vision or a new lens through which to look at life and the world. With the Great Mother, you're surrendering, and I'm getting the Hanged Man here, where you're just kind of letting go of a lot of anything that stresses you or anything that brings you down. You're just letting go of it and choosing joy every day. You're choosing love and you're choosing light. It's very beautiful energy. I really do feel like, especially if you're very creative, you're going to have a lot of luck here. Or you might pick up a creative hobby. Like you might decide to start drawing or painting, or maybe an instrument, maybe singing. I definitely see something very pure about this. The purity makes me think that you're coming in to it with a new vision that keeps coming through. Like you're seeing something through different eyes now. Especially if it's something you used to do in the past, you're coming back to it with a new mindset. For example, maybe you used to dance, but maybe you stopped and now you're going back to dancing, but it's with a different mindset. Like your body will remember how to do everything, but it's your mind and your energy that is different. So it's going to have a whole different feel as opposed to how it used to be. It's very beautiful. I really do love this energy for you. With the Great Mother, some of you could be contemplating motherhood, whether that's for little animals or if that's for like actual children. I feel like you're going to be in a very mothering energy. This is very heart-centered energy. I really do feel like this big, beautiful love coming within you to show everybody, especially with Benevolent Guide here. I feel like some of you have a guide that is teaching you to be very gentle, very soft, and it's very similar to a message that came through in pile 1, but I'm going to read from the book to get exactly what this card wants to say. Though, because we do have, you chose honey calcite and we have a V, I'm wondering if honey is going to be of importance. I know people with allergies, especially because we're coming into spring where I am, which is a very heavy allergy season. Especially where I live, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of plants. So honey might be something you decide to incorporate into your diet for health reasons. But honey's also good for the throat, it's good for the voice. So if you sing, that could also be good. But from the book, Inner Voice, Guide, and Ally. Oh, how easy it is to doubt the presence of the Spiritus Rector. The alchemist, falling into a moment of forgetfulness, feels alone in the laboratory and begins to doubt their work. Disarray and discontent follow. Who do I listen to? Where do I turn for guidance? All the while, the benevolent guide hovers close, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be heard amidst the noise of the world. It whispers words of kindness and encouragement into the ears of the alchemist. That benevolent presence is constant, not conditional. Now is not the time for struggle or fear. Soften into the gentle humming of the wise bee. You cannot make a wrong choice when the Spiritus Rector is near. It's interesting because I was getting that, yes, you do have a guide, you do have a voice, and you definitely have spirit working with you, but it's going to be very quiet. It's going to be very gentle. They always say intuition whispers and it's gentle. It doesn't scream. But I think it depends. To me, sometimes spirit screams. Like, it all depends. Not in a bad way, but more in like a, hey, wake up kind of way. But in this case, for March, and for you, pile 2, it's definitely going to be a very sweet, gentle energy. I'm really loving all this sweetness and softness that is coming through in March, because I feel like a lot of piles have this. It's not just going to be you. With the bee, I do also see you maybe gardening, if that's what you're into. Or spending time near flowers, spending time near like a lot of nature. Especially with purity here, because here we have the snow, but we're slowly moving into something more warm. So you might be living in the northern hemisphere where, of course, we're slowly becoming into spring. But this is very beautiful. I'm going to get the Astro Dice. If you have earbuds or headphones in, I'll give you a moment to lower the volume because it can be pretty loud. So we have Taurus, which doesn't surprise me. We have Venus as well. Venus is very strong this month, and 5, the house of creativity. I love this. Again, you're becoming very creative, artistically so, musically so. Taurus rules all of this as well. And so does Venus. Venus is how you express your love, your style, but also your creativity. I feel like a lot of you are going to go through a renaissance of either your physical appearance, your artwork, or even just the way you choose to express yourself. There's something very beautiful here. The 5th house can also be children. So like I said, if motherhood is something you're contemplating, this will come through in the month of March. Some of you might become pregnant in the month of March as well. But this is only for those of you who care about that, of course. This is not for everybody. But I definitely see this beautiful, gentle energy coming through. I love this for you, pile 2. But let's move on to the tarot. But yeah, I really do love the honey metaphor. Like, life is going to become sweeter for you. We're using the Linestrider Tarot, and I'm going to have to be careful with this one because I know there's a bit of nudity in it. For my pile 2, we have the Queen of Swords. We also have the Empress, which isn't surprising with all this fertility Venus energy. Actually, let's use this because your boobie is out. And because of that, it makes me think of breastfeeding. So maybe some of you really are becoming mothers in March, or you're giving birth in March in some cases. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. We have the Ace of Wands, starting something new. And Justice. So your home life is going to see something different here. With the Queen of Swords, I see this as you, pile 2. You're going to bring new inspiration is what I'm seeing with the Queen of Swords. Usually it's logic or wisdom, and wisdom will come through as well. But you're bringing new energy into your home. Especially those of you who work from home or who work close to home. Because the home is very important here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands and Justice. Some of you could be getting married, or your home life could, again, if you're bringing a child into the world, I feel like your home is going to feel different because of this child. But if it's not a child, it's a creative endeavor. Some of you might start to work from home, and this is where you creatively make something new. Let's clarify it with the same deck. To clarify the Queen of Swords, we have the Tower. It's going to be very sudden, though. Clarify the Empress, we have the 3 of Pentacles. To clarify the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands. To clarify the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands. I love this. And to clarify Justice, we have the 8 of Swords. Back of the deck energy, we have Death. It's a revival we're doing here. I'm hearing Renaissance because Renaissance translates from French into rebirth. There's a rebirth here of your home. And I'm seeing some of you starting to work from home, and that's where your creativity is coming through. But it's also a much gentler energy as opposed to working in an actual job where, you know, you have to get up early, go do your daily commute, go deal with people, and it's noisy and there's a lot going on. Instead, you're working from home, getting up at a reasonable time, getting up on your own terms, taking the time to, like, you know, enjoy breakfast, make yourself a tea or a coffee, and then going to work. And even when you're working, you're in a very comfortable setting. So I feel like some of you are learning how to work from home. And in some cases, it could be due to something unforeseeable. The Queen of Swords in the Tower is very interesting. I feel like you're getting information, but it's going to change a lot of your life. With the Tower moment, it's not going to be as erratic as it seems. It's more like this information that's coming through, you're going to take advantage of it very quickly. So, for example, maybe somebody tells you about a job offering, or somebody tells you about a project that you could get on board with. You're going to take that very quickly, and you might leave everything else behind. Like, you might leave your old job. You might tell your spouse or your partner, if you have one, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to start next week. So it's going to be very fast. It's going to come at lightning speed. So it's going to shake up your life for sure, but in a good way. Like, I don't see the Tower here as a bad thing. It's like a much needed change that needed to happen in your life. And it's something that's going to be very intellectually stimulating as well. If you had a job before that really bored you, or where you just felt that your talents were not being used to their fullest extent, this new job is going to have your full attention. It's going to be very, like I said, very intellectually stimulating. It's going to use your brain. It's going to challenge you. It's going to be fulfilling. So I really do feel that whatever this is, if it's not a job, it could be a project, it could be something else. But regardless, I feel like this is something you've needed, because with the Empress and the Three of Pentacles here, you're going to be allowed to be in your creative energy as well as this more soft feminine energy. You're going to be very fertile when it comes to the projects you make. It's like you keep getting inspired to make project after project or idea after idea. It's just going to keep coming, like kind of like how a very fertile mother just keeps producing children. This is how you're going to keep producing work here, and it's going to be good work as well. I really feel like this new bout of inspiration is something that you desperately needed. Another way to look at this, and this is only for a few people, whomever this applies to, if the giving birth and children made sense, you're going to start working from home, and it's going to allow you to mother your children a lot more. Or if you recently gave birth, you might see that work is going to give you like 3 extra weeks or 3 extra months to have off, so that you can focus on, recovering and giving attention to your baby. But honestly, it's more recovering. I really do feel like you need to focus on your body, because I read a lot about people giving birth, and it's like, we should really be focusing more on this body. It literally just tore itself up to bring life into the world. And nobody pays attention to the mothers as much as they pay attention to the babies. Quite frankly, I don't know, I just have so much respect for anybody who gives birth. But that's only if you resonate with that, of course. Regardless, you're doing a lot from home. And it's going to feel great, because with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I'm not reading a lot of these cards in a negative light, believe it or not, because the Ten of Wands is usually like a burden, but it could also be like taking on a big workload. But because we have the Ten of Pentacles, you're getting paid well for it. And I feel like you're actually going to enjoy this, again, because you have idea after idea coming through, because you're in an environment that allows you to be very creative and very productive. You're going to have nothing but work lined up back to back, and I love that. Like, it's this good energy. This is you keeping busy, and in a way that makes you feel fulfilled, in a way that really allows you to express yourself. You're loving how busy you're being with this, especially if you have like if this is a small business that you have, or self-employment kind of thing. This is always a good card to have, because that means you're keeping busy and you're keeping the money flow. And it's going to keep you and your dogs, if you have any, or your pets, very happy, because, you're going to bring home that bread. You're going to make that money. You're going to be very financially fulfilled. And if you have a partner and they tend to make more than you, you will finally start catching up to them when it comes to that wage gap that you have. Only if that's something that matters to you. I feel like that's not going to be for everyone, of course. But you will no longer feel guilty about making less. With the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you are being seen as, well, one, very attractive. I feel like, again, you have work here that people really enjoy, but you're also very inspirational. The Ace of Wands is inspiration, and the Queen of Wands is the muse. So not only are you very creative, I feel like you're inspiring other people to be the same way. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's in the public eye, but I'm not seeing it like too public. This could be something online, like maybe you have a blog or some kind of social media account where you are inspiring others. This is definitely an energy that you are, well, one, people think you're beautiful, but they also think the work you do is very beautiful. I really do love this energy for you, pile 2. You're going to inspire people, and it's only going to add to your sense of inspiration. It's very reciprocal. You inspire people and they inspire you back. With Justice and the 8 of Swords, so if there's been some kind of legal matter going on here, I feel like you've been afraid to look at it. This is not professional advice. I am just talking to you from one person to another. this is not professional advice, but I really do feel like you're going to slowly take off this blindfold that you put around you and finally step up and take care of legal matters. And I don't think this has to be a court case. This could just be like making sure that you have the proper insurance, making sure that you have the proper documentation, especially if, like I said, you have a small business that you're taking care of. You're taking care of like small matters here that have to do with legalities, with legal things. You're making sure again that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's when it comes to protecting yourself, your business, and even your family. I'm seeing more insurance than anything. Maybe some of you are dealing with insurance. Supplemental health insurance is coming through, especially again if you've just recently had a child. That would be something you would look into. You can actually create insurance for that. Don't quote me on this. I just happen to know certain people who work with insurance, and that was coming through. But I'm also seeing again, you're taking off this blindfold, because with the Death card, this is a rebirth. You're learning to not be afraid of the things that you used to be afraid of, or the things that you used to ignore or set aside and let somebody else take care of. You're finally stepping up to take care of yourself. I really do love this transformation within you. Underneath that, we have the Nine of Swords. And what's underneath that? The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are going to worry every now and then. I feel like that worry or the doubt or the anxiety is going to be a little bit of, if you're a mother, well, it could be your child. But if it's, again, you're stepping into this new energy of having your own business and having a lot of work, you could worry whether you could handle all of this. Because I feel for a lot of you, you're taking on a lot in the month of March. You're taking on more than you typically do. And that's a good mindset to have. But I feel like some of you really need to prepare yourself for how much you can handle at any given moment. So definitely plan things out day by day, week by week, to make sure that you can handle everything. And I really feel that you will, because when we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, these are two women who get stuff done, because you have the intellect and you have the willpower and the drive to do all of this. And with justice, it will balance itself out. I really do love this energy for you, Pile 2. And I definitely feel that you're going to be very successful in March, or you're setting yourself up for absolute success going forward. Yeah, I really do love this energy. But let's move on to some closing advice. Some of you could be Libras or Scorpio. Something about the Libra-Scorpio cusp is coming through. So maybe that's when you were born, or that's that could be an important date for you. We have closing cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. I like to live shuffle these. For my pile 2, we have Dream Journal. What I'm getting from this is, yes, you're going to have a dream journal, because I feel like you might get some inspiration through that, but also keep track of what it is that your subconscious is trying to tell you. Another way of seeing this, so I'm weird with my notebooks. Whenever I have a notebook, I use it. Like I use it to be both like either a journal and then a recipe book and then like an agenda of what to do for that day. Like, but that's just me. But that could be an inspiration for you, where you can use a notebook to be more than one thing. So you could use a dream journal, but it could also be your inspiration journal. Like you write down what you dreamed about, and then on the next page, it's like, well, I could take an aspect from this dream and turn it into this, this, and that. That could be something that comes through. I feel like some of you do dream inspiration, believe it or not. Some people do this. I don't. I dream about work, and I don't want to. But let's see. We have the Super Attractor deck to get a card for you. But in your case, if you dreamed about work, it would be good, because you have a creative pursuit here. You have a creative career. We have, when I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. Ooh, when I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. You're definitely practicing gratitude. So maybe you have a notebook that will also be like a gratitude journal. And in doing so, you create space for a lot more goodness to come through. Some of you might already do this. And if you don't, it's always a good thing to practice. I'm not going to tell you to do it if you don't want to, but it's always a good thing to have. And then a card from the Goddess deck. This is the Goddess Guidance cards. Okay, we got two. We got Sulis, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. I feel like if you have the time, definitely do spend it near water, especially during Pisces season. I don't know what it is about Pisces season, but I suddenly love like bathing more. So I will take either longer or more frequent baths or just be around water, or like the rain will feel a lot nicer than usual. And Kuan Yin, I love her. Compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. She is the goddess of mercy. I have her on my phone. She's as a background. Something about, yes, being gentle with yourself and others. I feel like you learn to do both at the same time. Because you have patience and love for yourself, you will learn to develop patience and love in others as well. And some of you might already have this, but wherever you're giving too much, well, you can't ever give too much compassion, but if you're giving too much compassion to other people and not enough for yourself, do make sure you give some back to yourself and vice versa. And then we're going to get some angel numbers from my angel number book. Some bibliomancy. I'm being told this one. Thrive. Evolve your thinking. You are given the go-ahead to embrace new ways of thinking. Your angels remind you that evolving your thoughts, ideals, and values is a sign of personal growth. Journal about how a view you had in the past has changed drastically over time and why. So, yeah, I feel like journaling is going to be a big thing for you in March, or you might start journaling again. That's number 299, by the way. So, I really do feel like, and look at these colors. They're so beautiful. Lots of pinks and a little bit of blue, like pink, blue, purple. I feel like those colors are going to be big for you in March as well. Take that if it resonates, of course, if you care about colors. But this is where I'm going to leave you, my beautiful pile too. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you nothing but love and joy in the month of March. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful selenite palm stone, then we have a reading here for you for the month of March. I think I'm hungry. Maybe that's why it said munch. So I might have to eat after this reading. But we're going to start with some oracles for you. And then we're going to get a look into the tarot to see what's going to happen for you for March. So we have change. We have the rose thread. Inner call, soul-led, the mystic, and living courageously. We also have the peacock's tail and Lakshmi, abundance. I really do love that every single pile so far has had something about creativity, but in your case, I feel like you're seeing things very differently in the month of March. We do have change, but the change I'm seeing is a change in perspective. Also, with all these colors coming through, I feel like the abundance you're going to feel, it might be financial, but abundance can also feel like you have an abundance of creativity or an abundance of perspective or an abundance of light and joy. I really do see like an abundance of pleasure you're going to feel like you have everything at your fingertips, because I'm getting the sense of feeling very complete and very joyous and happy. I'm seeing like the 10 of Cups card from the tarot. With the rose thread, inner call, and living courageously, I feel like some of you are stepping into this energy of knowing you have it made. It's a very strong manifester energy, and I truly love this for you, pile 3, because you're no longer waiting on anybody to give you anything. You know you can create whatever you want whenever you want it. It's very powerful. Like, I am feeling this so huge in the solar plexus. Like, I've never felt so abundant, and I really do love this energy for you, pile 3. So I definitely feel you're creating whatever you want in March. It's like a blank slate. I am getting a little bit of Scorpio energy. Maybe this is what you are, but it's an energy that's allowing you to truly map out how you want your life to go forward, how you want things to go. I feel like some of you are kind of tapping into this reading to get inspiration for how you want March to go, because it's like your opportunities are endless. you're limitless is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing you open up a book and start writing down everything you want to do. So some of you might be scripting, you might be manifesting, but this change in particular is like you're doing things differently. And I'm not exactly sure what that is. It'll vary for everybody, of course. But with the peacock's tail, it's like you're looking at every color of the light of the spectrum to see how that would feel for your life. So it's like you're tapping into different energies to see how they would feel going forward into the month of March. I really do feel like for some of you, this is like a new year, like especially if you go by astrology. For you, the new year will be whenever Aries begins. I follow the new year with the lunar new year because I go by the lunar signs, but I know for a lot of people astrologically it's Aries. So I definitely feel this energy for you. I really do love Lakshmi. She's one of my favorite. I like a lot of the Hindu goddesses, even though I don't follow them very strictly. So I'm going to look at the book to see what it has to say about abundance. But I know in this case, abundance is not just money, it's everything else. You feel an abundance of it. Goddess of fortune and prosperity, Lakshmi brings a bounty of rewards for great work. She especially favors people who have perseverance and put in the hard work. So make sure you're putting in the time. Abundance is coming very soon. Like I said, you are planning things. You're putting in the work. You're not afraid of hard work either, Pile 3. I think like some people might think otherwise, but you are not afraid of having to do work. And what work means to you is different for everybody else. In your case, it's planning. In your case, it's setting things in motion so that they can go off and make either good investments, wise choices, or just have... You're working a lot with manifestation here, and I can see that it's going to bring you nothing but beautiful things in the month of March and going forward into the year. I feel like a lot of you are also planning the months ahead. So it's not just March, but it begins in March, if that makes sense. We're going to get some astro dice. And this is a warning for those of you who have headphones or earbuds. This can get loud when I throw it. We have Leo, the 10th house, and Pluto. I really love this. So we're seeing a rebirth in your career. And people are going to take notice because Leo is one that kind of does things extravagantly. You could have Leo ascendant, Leo rising, or Pluto and Leo is not a thing, at least not for our generation just yet. That's like way off. I don't know how many years it is, but there's definitely a feeling here that you're going through a change and a rebirth in your career or in your public image. I really feel like people are going to notice that and they're going to appreciate it, believe it or not. I really do feel like some of you are going to handle work differently, handle your career differently, and people are going to respond very positively to this. And even if they don't, I think they will eventually see why it's going to work out for you. I feel like you're somebody who follows your intuition very strongly, to the point where you no longer even notice that you're following your intuition that much. But you make decisions that people don't understand at first, but then when they see how it works out, they're like, oh wow, that person is very, very intelligent. But the thing is, you draw eyes on you because Leo is kind of like, they like the attention. They expect the attention. They always have like this, a showmanship, however you say the word, where they're always performing. And you don't mind this because I feel like you understand it is part of your job to inspire others to do better and greater things. So let's move on to the tarot. There's also something about efficiency here because I'm not really wasting time on lingering too much about some of these cards. So either you have a very strong intuition to the point where you don't second guess yourself, or you're going to step into that energy in March, or it's going to be something you learn. You yourself are very efficient, pile 3. You don't waste time. And this is something you've learned because you know that time is precious and you don't want to waste it. So I'm really loving this energy when I'm tapping into it. But let's move on to the tarot to see what else is happening for you in the month of March. We have the Queen of Coins, and I have to censor this because we are on YouTube. But this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We also have the Knight of Coins. Yeah, you're definitely working on your money. I feel like you're very prosperous already. We have the Six of Wands. victory, success. We also have the Ten of Cups. Oh, I love this. Emotional fulfillment. And the Magician. There we go, the manifester. This is you, pile 3. You are an absolute manifester, and you're able to create whatever you want, and you will continue doing that in the month of March. But there is something about, let's get clarifiers for this. Something about the success is coming through. To clarify, the Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords, communication coming through. We have the Sun. This is also you. Because of all this confidence that you have, it's just like you can't help but draw attention to you. This is also Leo, of course. We have the Two of Wands. Interesting. To clarify the Ten of Cups, we have the Five of Cups. And to clarify the Magician, the Knight, the King of Wands. You're large and in charge, and it's very masculine energy that is coming through regardless of what you identify as. Back of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. A wish granted. I really do love this energy. I feel like good things are coming for you in March for sure, pile 3. And I feel like you planned this. You kind of figured that this is what's going to happen because you manifested. The Queen of Pentacles here is showing me a perfect manifester. With the Knight of Swords, this is you sending messages off into the universe, that you're asking for certain things to come through. But I'm also seeing people messaging you to ask, like, how does this go? Like, how do you do this? How do you learn how to do all this amazing stuff? And I feel like you don't mind sharing your advice every now and then. But with the Knight of Coins, it's kind of like you're teaching patience to people, or you yourself are looking at patience in a different way, as opposed to, for example, I had this example in another reading where instead of waiting in line and being annoyed that you're waiting in line, you understand that sometimes you're going to have to do this. So instead you're going to like get on your phone and do things that keep you happy. Maybe watch a puppy video or send somebody a really loving message. With the Sun, I'm seeing this patience that you have is going to enlighten others. It's going to brighten up their day. It's going to be something good, especially because this manifestor energy that you have, you know that you can be patient because good things will come to you. You know that in being loving and spreading light everywhere, good things will come to you. You're learning something new about patience here. The Six of Wands and the Two of Wands is very interesting because yes, you have success, but the Two of Wands is planning what to do with that success. So I feel like you're looking for options on how to invest your returns or what to do with the things that you win. For example, I'm seeing somebody winning a vacation for some reason, and you're trying to figure out like when to take it or who to take with you or like what to do with it. It's giving me that energy. You win something amazing, but you really have to put thought into how you're going to take care of it or what you're going to do with it. With the Ten of Cups and the Five of Cups is interesting because it's emotionally lingering on something that you've lost. Within the Ten of Cups, I'm seeing this as a family matter. I'm not sure if you're having to deal with like family that you are choosing to withdraw your energy from. It's not that you're no longer talking to them, but you're definitely drawing back in order for you to be happy within this family. It's kind of like you have to keep a distance or a barrier between you and somebody else in order for you to enjoy the family that you have, if that makes sense. Because here you're happy, but when you're having to deal with this person, they deplete your energy. You go from a 10 to a 5. So you're learning to set up a boundary here, or this could be something that comes through in March. Do watch out for like some family situations that you don't want to escalate any further than they have to. With the Magician and the King of Wands, like I said, you're just manifesting like crazy. The King of Wands here, you are large and in charge. People are watching you. You're charismatic. You're bringing in everything that you want. I really do love this energy for you, pile 3. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. I feel like you're going to get a little bit more than you bargained for when it comes to your manifestations. Like not only are you going to get something that you asked for, it's going to be better than you thought. It is going to be better than you thought. And if it's a love situation here, even more so. If you're manifesting somebody, they're going to be so much more perfect than you ever thought somebody could be. Underneath that, the High Priestess. Yes, your intuition is so strong. Your intuition works with you. It's almost like it's like a limb for you. You can control it however you want. You can tap into this intuition, and people are going to see this. Again, you're going to ask how you do it. I feel that you're making nothing but amazing choices in the month of March. And yeah, what can I say? You're shining bright and you're vibing and you're doing amazing things for both yourself and the planet and for the people around you as well. But what else do we have here? I'm hearing to get an angel number. I typically do this in the concluding cards, but there's something that I'm not. What are we tapping into? This, I'm getting the second one. Healthy change. You need to alter your lifestyle. This is 518. There is something in your life presently that isn't helping your body and mind. Your angels want you to focus on the wellness of your whole self, not just your spirit. They call on you to take care of an issue you've let go on too long. What is the body or mind health action you have been needing to take? Make the time to confront this issue today. Okay, we're not paying attention to our health here. And whatever that is different for everybody. Some of you might need to eat better. Some of you might need to do a bit more exercise. And some of you need to do something for your mental health. I'll let you decide what that is. You will know. Because you're very intuitive, you will know. But let's move on to our advice cards. The month of March is beautiful for you, pile 3. Like, let me know if any of this resonates, or if any of this, or if you want to claim it. I would definitely claim this energy. It's wonderful and it's beautiful. So we have a goddess guidance card. I'm moving very quickly. I don't know if I'm just hungry, or if, again, the efficiency that I am tapping into from your energy is just like running through me. Because this is actually one of the shorter videos I'm making. Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Ooh, I love this for you. I feel like you already are a strong person, but you will either receive a message, or you will see evidence of this, of how strong you are, or you will be seeing strength in a different way. This could be emotional strength as well. Your strength assures a happy outcome. This is you also setting boundaries and knowing that it's going to be for the better. From the Self-Care Oracle, we have, we got 2 cards, sound healing. What's funny is I actually have a Tibetan bowl near me, and I'm using it to cleanse the space. I'm going to... You might be into this, or you might attend like a sound healing, what do you call them? Like a sound healing circle or something. And alone time. So some of you are going to be spending a lot of time alone, but I feel like it's going to be much needed. I feel like you might already do this regularly, just so that you can cleanse your energy and have time to yourself without having to worry about other people's energies coming through. But you're definitely going to be spending time alone here. Like I said, it might be a mini vacation. It might be a weekend getaway. If you win that vacation, like I said, I feel like you might just decide to do it alone, as opposed to going along with somebody. Because I see somebody who's kind of not wanting to deal with anybody's energy but their own. And that's okay. But definitely the sound healing. If not Tibetan bowls, it could also be like binaural beats, or I don't know, music that is just gentle on the soul. I really do love this energy though. It could also be a concert. Maybe you're attending a concert that is just going to be very emotionally or energetically healing. And then we have, when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Yeah, you're very abundant, pile 3. So abundant in every way, shape, and form. Not just with money, though I definitely feel that, but you know you have everything you need. You know you are provided for by the world, by the universe, and you trust this energy. The changes that are coming through are something that are going to keep you in this abundance, so definitely trust that the change is going to be good. But I think you already know that. Know that you are very strong and that you can handle anything. This is such beautiful energy. I almost don't want to leave it, but this is where I must leave you, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know in the comments below, or if you want to claim this energy as well, let me know in the comments below. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this beautiful blue apatite, then we have your reading for you for the month of March and what will be happening for you. So I'm going to start with the oracles because I have a message for you, but I feel like I need to do the oracles first in order for this to come through. So we have forgiveness. We have the Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. Untamed. We also have Reddening. And Gaia, connection to nature. So the message I was getting before I tap into these oracles was that some of you are learning to definitely forgive. The forgiveness you're giving is yourself, because there's some things you are undoing within yourself in the month of March. I feel like a lot of you are doing the shadow work, but you're doing it like, I'm seeing it almost every other night or every night, where you're really, really unpacking a lot of your baggage, a lot of your traumas, and you're bringing it to the light so that you can release and let it go. You are breaking patterns. I feel like some of you are channelers, or you will be learning to channel, because a lot of what I'm saying, I'm having to like remove myself and have the universe come through to tell you all these things. With the connection to nature, I'm actually seeing it a connection to the universe, a connection to source. Some of you can see it as a connection to nature, especially if the way you channel is through nature, like going to the beach or going to like maybe sitting on a tree. For some of you, it will definitely be within nature, but for a lot of you, it will be connecting to the universe, to the light, to the love within you. You're going to learn how to do things a lot more efficiently, and you're going to learn how to undo a lot of the wounds that have been caused either to you or that you have allowed to be caused to you. I feel like there's a big sense of accountability coming through here as well. You're going to learn how to be accountable for the things that you've allowed into your life, and that's only going to empower you more to move forward in life, to be able to work with the universe to create this beautiful life for yourself. There's a sense of manifesting here, but it's also a sense of healing yourself and healing everybody around you at the same time. It's very beautiful energy. Do it your way, embrace your uniqueness and untamed. I feel like a lot of you are learning how to embrace this weirdness within you. I feel especially because channeling is very interesting. Personally, I do a lot of very weird things when I channel, and I'm sure you've heard this a lot, especially from tarot readers who do this. You have to really remove yourself and be in a very neutral energy in order for the channeling to come through, because the other night I was channeling a certain situation with tarot cards, but as I was drawing the tarot cards, I was getting cards that were making me feel very they were not putting me in a good vibration. So my vibration lowered itself, and suddenly I lost that connection to source. Like I felt it, like I saw myself panicking and going, oh no. So I had to stop, calm myself, and realign, reconnect. That's where this the embrace your uniqueness is coming through. I don't know why I thought it said alignment, but that's where that realignment had to come back in, and then source had to come back through and explain to me exactly what happened and why I have to really be in this energy of neutralness. I feel like a lot of you are learning to be neutral, or are learning to be what's another word for it, in a vibration where you just, it's not that you don't care, it's you're just neutral. That's all it is. You're not giving too much into it, but you're also not giving nothing to it. You're learning to be in this space where you can see things objectively, where you can allow things to come through and not really have too much an opinion about it. I see this happen a lot when I'm doing my own readings. Like I'll be channeling, and then suddenly like my real self comes through, and it's like, oh, that's cute. You know, like my human self will come through and expand on it or like comment on it. I'm not sure if you can tell. And I see this with other tarot readers as well. It's fun watching other tarot readers, because especially those who channel, because it's like I have somebody I can relate to, and I'm watching them do it, and it's like, oh, I get what they're doing there. I've seen that. I've seen that happen. So some of you might be building a community in the month of March as well, where you're finding people who do the exact same things that you do. You're definitely finding, I'm hearing soul tribe, but you don't necessarily have to call it that. But that is a way of looking at it. You're finding your, maybe not necessarily soul family, because I feel like some people aren't going to be that close to you, but they will be like a contact, or they will be somebody you can speak to it about it. Whether you want them to be close friends or not will be up to you and this person. But you're definitely communicating with people who do the exact same things you do. They're going to appreciate the things you do as well. And it's going to allow you to expand this. You're going to feel so accepted and loved, because you truly are pile 4. And I feel like a lot of you are stepping into this energy. If you listen to people like Abraham Hicks, this is going to be very similar. If you've ever heard Abraham Hicks, or I'm sorry, what's her name? I forget. Esther Hicks. Whenever she's channeling versus like her actual voice, her person, they're very different things. And I feel like you yourself might be experiencing this in the month of March as well. I know this is a lot. So if this isn't resonating with you, or if you feel you're not in this energy yet, you may see this sometime this year for sure. Or, like I said, if this isn't for you and you're not feeling this just quite yet, by all means, go look at another reading, go look at another pile. But for a lot of you, because a lot of empaths and a lot of energy workers, a lot of very enlightened people watch tarot readings, you will understand what I'm talking about, especially if channeling is something you've been wanting to learn and or master. Because I feel like some of you already do it, but you only do it during certain activities. For example, if there's something that has always come very naturally to you, you are channeling. For example, I've always channeled astrology very well since I was a child. This is because I have a guide who was an astrologer in a past life, and or I also have been an astrologer in a past life. This energy is very strong with me, and astrology has been in my blood for a long time. So that came very naturally to me. Another way I channel is channeling ancestors and channeling those who have passed on. This one freaks people out the most, but this is, again, something I've always done very naturally. I was just always scared of it. I grew up a very fearful child because of this, but once I learned how to accept it and how to appreciate this, and to learn that these people coming through sometimes just want to be sent to the light, or sometimes just want to have their message be given to their person, you learn to accept it with love. The fear dissipates. But let me read from the book about this reddening card, because there's something very interesting coming through. I should also point out that it is number 15, and that resonates with in tarot, the devil card. What we're undoing here are the bad habits we have that keep us from being in alignment. Oh, sorry. I don't even have the book. I have the deck, but that's okay. So let's see. We have the reddening. Life force, kundalini, and blood. Some people do call this a kundalini awakening. Personally, I no longer notice it. I used to, and it's very snake-like as well. So especially those of you who dance, you have felt this kundalini awakening. If you've ever danced in a certain way that calls very naturally for you to move your body, or if you are able to pick up like rhythms very well, this is your kundalini working within your body. So if some of you dance, Spirit is encouraging you to dance even more, and in a way that is more free form. So we're not talking about a Zumba class here. We're not talking about even any sort of lessons. If you do that, dance in a way that makes you feel natural, because this is how it's going to come through. Or if it is very structured, do it with your own energy. It's difficult to explain, but it's like put your heart into it, and this is how it's going to help you. It's going to help the kundalini energy come through. This is only if it resonates, of course. I know not everybody dances, but for those of you who do. But we have life force, kundalini, and blood. The reddening indicates a full expression of the work. Everything is alive. The heart pumps, the cells celebrate, and the blood sings its way through the body. What was dormant has been awakened, and what was once considered base is now noble. Aches and pains are integrated, shadows are acknowledged and interwoven. When the reddening card appears, it signifies health, power, a climaxing of the work, a coalescing of what has been learned. The laboratory is no longer separate from the alchemist or from the work, but the three are now one. What occurs in the body is reflected in the world, and vice versa. Through the process of reddening, we move out of the head and into the physical body. More specifically, we reach the heart. It is there the alchemist finds the sacred ingredients of power and kindness. I really do love this, of like all three coming into one. Like I said, when you channel, and I'm sorry if channeling isn't a thing. Like I said, there are other piles where you can learn about any other aspect. Or for some of you, you're definitely channeling in the month of March, or learning to tap into this. But you're bringing everything together. There's a connectedness here that is going to be, it's going to make sense without knowing how to explain it or understand it. It will just make sense. It's definitely an energy that it feels very natural, and it feels very beautiful. You're connecting your body, you're connecting your spirit, and you're connecting the person you are along with everything else. There's a sense of connectedness here that is very beautiful. And it's very, It's definitely an awakening for you, pile 4. You're having an awakening in the month of March. And I'm not surprised that the Wild Unknown Tarot came through here. This is one of my favorites. This is how I learned tarot, is with this deck. It wasn't my first tarot deck, but it was the one that made me know that I was going to do tarot long term. I took a break from it for a few years and then I went back to it. And yeah, I feel like likewise, maybe some of you tried to do channeling or some sort of energy healing, energy work in the past, and you took a break from it because you felt like you couldn't live up to it, or that it was too hard, or that maybe life just got in the way. But you are coming back to realize your full potential, your healing ability, this voice that you have, this energy that you have that is for others, because you're using it first and foremost to heal yourself. You do have to work on the self before you can heal others. And sometimes in healing yourself, you heal others, and when you heal others, you heal yourself. It's very reciprocal. Whatever it is that you're doing, this is very beautiful energy. We're going to look at the astro dice for any other advice we have. This is a warning. It can get pretty loud when I throw them. So if you have headphones or earbuds, please turn the noise down. We have Uranus. Oh, did this change? Regardless, we have the 12th house and Capricorn. Some of you might have Uranus in Capricorn, maybe in the 12th house. I know that's very common for my generation because I also have Uranus in Capricorn. But this is definitely change. I'm seeing the Storm card, and I'm not saying there's going to be like a big event that happens in March that's going to cause you to do this, so that could be the case. It's definitely going to be very surprising though. Whatever this is, it's going to, it might shock you, but not in a bad way. And I want to give examples, but Spirit is telling me not to because it might freak some of you out. It's not going to be anything bad, but something will happen to let you know that you are tapping into the creative collective, that you are tapping into the collective, into the connectedness of the universe. There's going to be something very magical about this month for you, pile 4. With the 12th house, we're dealing with the subconscious. Again, you're clearing out the subconscious. You're dealing with past wounds and learning how to heal them in a much more effective and quick way. Because believe it or not, healing comes through very quickly. Once you know what you're doing and once you release the fear or release the shackles that bind you to it, you heal very quickly. Sometimes there's a resistance there. Some people like to hold on to their pain because they feel it gives them something. You're going to learn to let go of that. But let's move on to the tarot. Like I said, just forgive yourself. There's something very beautiful here. And there's nothing wrong with being human. Part of the reason you chose to be human in this lifetime is because there's something fun about it. I mean, it's got its charm, you know? It's not always easy, that's for sure, but it's got its charm. So, from the Wild Unknown Tarot, I just got like a sense of joy and giddiness. I feel like some of you are excited about this. So we have the 8 of Pentacles with work. We also have the Hangman with a shift in perspective, also surrendering to the light and love of the universe. We also have the Daughter of Pentacles. You are willing to accept this and willing to put in the work because you know it's something that is meant for you. And then we have the Father of Cups and the World. Who is the Father of Cups? Can I get a clarification on this one? We have the 6 of Pentacles. Emotional reciprocity. Let's also clarify the 8 of Pentacles. That's the Ace of Pentacles. To clarify the Hangman, we have death. I'm not surprised. This is the transformation that you are going through. This shift in perspective will feel like a death of your old self. To clarify the Daughter of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Wands. To clarify the World. Oh, okay. We have the 7 of Wands. This is accountability. Like I said, some of you are really learning how to be held accountable for the things you've allowed in your life. And this is through self-forgiveness. Like I said, you're not going to be shamed or guilted into this. You're just going to accept that the things that happened in your life happened for a reason, but you're going to take ownership of that. Back of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Believe it or not, I feel like you will meet somebody new through this that is going to nurture you emotionally. Take that how it resonates. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a love connection, but it can be. It will definitely be somebody that you can connect with on an emotional level, especially somebody you can relate to when it comes to this kind of thing. It could be a friend. It could be somebody who does the same thing you do, but don't worry so much about who it is. But there is definitely going to be somebody out there for you to speak to about this with the 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So The energy here is that you planted a seed and you're working on it. You will reap the rewards of your labor when it comes to your energy work, when it comes to your channeling. You're going to know exactly what to do and when to do it, and it's going to come very naturally. Like the energy flowing through me feels very automatic. It feels seamless, and this is something you're going to learn how to do because you've already put in the work. I feel like a lot of you already do your meditations. You already do your shadow work. You already do like all kinds of things so that your spirit and your soul feel alive and clean and healthy. Clean, of course, in an energetic way. You're definitely doing the work so that you can be a better human being and that you can raise the vibrational consciousness of everybody around you. I don't think you understand how much people truly appreciate the energy you put into them, into the things you do, and into yourself. With the Hangman and Death, like I said, you're shifting perspective and you're seeing things in a very different way. It's almost like you wake up one day and you're a whole new person because of the way you're choosing to see things. So it can be a shift in perspective, but it could also be a surrender. The surrender won't feel like you're giving up, though. It will feel like you're giving up the baggage that you were holding onto, or that you're giving up whatever was holding you back. It's going to feel very natural. It's almost like one day you just turn on a switch and all this happens. Sometimes you learn things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like one day I woke up and suddenly I knew how to do a bun, even though I've never done a bun in my hair before. You know, it's that kind of energy. Sometimes there's just a switch and it turns on. And sometimes, yeah, it's the slow progression, but it will feel very sudden. Like I said, there's kind of a tower moment here, but it's not bad. It's going to feel very natural. With the Daughter of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, you're so willing to put in the work. We can tell you're going to look forward to this. Some of you might prepare in a way like maybe you have a journal and you jot down your progress, or maybe you decide to set goals for yourself to learn this, and that. There is nothing wrong with that. We appreciate this because this means you are taking it seriously. We can also see you're a very good student, especially if you were a good student when you were in school. That's going to come in handy. If some of you were like teachers' pets or students when you were younger and you kind of grew up and grew out of that phase, you'll understand why when it comes to this. You're somebody who takes your spiritual development very seriously, and this is a good thing because it means that you will be able to, one, create the life you want and do the things that you want to do, but also it's going to allow you to help others because down deep inside your heart, we can tell you just want everything to be better for everybody. You have such a big heart, and this is what the universe looks for in people who are channelers and healers and tarot readers. Of course, we look for a selflessness that is very difficult to find in other people. Some people are born with the gift, but not all of them are as selfless as somebody like you. We hope you understand that. This is something very good, but at the same time, do remember to take care of yourself because you are still a human living a human experience. You have to take care of yourself and love yourself and be open to love. And that's the next part. You're going to call in somebody who you've been trying to manifest. This King of Cups character is going to be somebody who is emotionally fulfilling, emotionally giving, as well as taking. You're going to have a very good back and forth with this person. You will meet this person when you get into this energy. Know that you will be deep into this energy of being light and love. Like you will not be looking for a partner because you're going to be busy focusing on yourself, but this is when you attract somebody very amazing, somebody who sees this within you. They have a gift too. It might not be developed. Don't worry about them developing it. You kind of are here to teach them. Let me let this car pass through because it's very loud. It is literally one motorcycle. How does one motorcycle make that much noise? But don't worry about where they are on their spiritual journey because they're going to learn through you and by watching what you do. They may even ask questions, but you don't have to go out of your way to teach them. Don't worry about having to develop them. They'll develop themselves, even just being around you. I think they will really enjoy this aspect of you, and this is part of the reason they keep you around, is because there's just something about you that they understand they have to learn as well. But this is somebody who's very emotionally mature and caring. They're going to care about you. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to feel like home. And we're not going to say whether they last a short time or a long time. That's irrelevant. The thing is, you called them in here for a reason. With the World and the Seven of Wands, like I said, you're taking accountability for everything that has happened in your life, but it's going to feel very fulfilling. It's almost like you're taking back control through taking accountability. It doesn't matter what happened in your past, doesn't matter what anybody did to you, because you're taking you're taking accountability for where you played your role in this, and you're going to be very honest with yourself. It's part of that self-forgiveness that was coming through in the oracles. But because of this, you're going to gain back control of everything that happens in your life, and you will have control over, let's say, most things that happen in your life going forward. I'm not going to say everything, though you do have the possibility to have control over everything. I can tell that some of you don't necessarily want that, because you're aware that the human experience is full of surprises and unexpected things. And sometimes those are fun. A lot of the times those are fun, actually. So there's definitely a sense with this Ace of Cups, you are finding a new way of loving yourself and loving others, as well as new love coming in from others. Underneath that, we have Empress energy, and this is beautiful pile 4. Regardless of what you identify as, this Empress energy is very creative. It's very fertile. You're going to create beautiful things going forward. Very beautiful things. If you were called to, was it pile 2 that had the Empress energy very strongly, I would recommend you go to that, as well as pile 3, because I feel like pile 3 was very short. The energy in pile 3 was something else, and it's very similar to this. It's like I was tapping into an energy like this, but not necessarily getting into it. And right now it's like, wow, this channeling energy is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, pile 4. I'm hearing to do the angel number first before we go on to your closing cards. So we're doing a little bit of bibliomancy here. Important work. You are building something bigger than you know. The work that you are doing is creating ripples far larger than the present situation calls for. Your angels applaud your efforts and encourage you to keep going with faith and trust. Visualize the light in your heart extending out into others' hearts. This is number 612. So June 12th could be an important day for you as well. And then, yeah, let's move on to the advice cards. But there is a lot of love coming through for sure, pile 4. So we have, why did I close these? We have a goddess guidance card. I think I was supposed to go eat, but I got really excited about this reading, so I went ahead and stayed to do it. Thank goodness I did, because I love this influx of energy that is coming through. We have Ixchel, medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Yes, like I said, you are a channel. You're a channeler, you're channeling healing power. In fact, that's exactly how healing works when it comes to like Reiki and stuff. You're literally a vessel for light to come through so that you can heal others. Especially when it comes to light, you are just bringing light through to heal others. Some of you might do Reiki as well, of course. We also have the Super Attractor deck. Sorry, I'm a little unprepared. Like I said, I put these away. So we have, I release time and let the universe show me what to do. And that's exactly what channelers do. This is what healers do. You let the universe show you what to do. And especially if you have trouble with control sometimes, this can be a little difficult to understand. But it's trust. It's knowing that you are being guided divinely and with so much love. So much love, pile 4. And then one card from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Sound healing. This came out in the last pile 3. So some of you might be working with sound healing in order to cleanse your energy or your frequency. Sound healing is a good way to raise your vibration and frequency, especially if you find it hard to get into like the higher frequencies, the higher chakras. We do recommend you look up certain frequency numbers, look up what they mean. I can't say them off the top of my head because I don't remember, but there are plenty of like binaural beats on YouTube that you could look up for free and look up these numbers. They'll even say like this number frequency for like the crown chakra. We do recommend you tap into the third eye and crown chakra. And if you have trouble with alignment in general, do one that does the full chakras. Like all 7 of them. There's more than 7, but start with those. And I know there's some sound healers that do like the lower chakras, the minor ones. I forget who it is, but there's one out there who does the lower chakras. I'm being told to get one more of the Sacred Healing Oracles. So we have abundance planning for sure. This could be quite literally plan your finances, which is a message that was coming out in a lot of these piles. March is going to be very important for finances, especially if you're doing taxes. But also plan for, this is scripting. Some of you might be scripting. Some of you might be, like I said, you're planning what to do in the month of March, as well as setting goals, and that includes the spiritual goals that you want accomplished when it comes to this kind of ability. Especially if you're very new to tapping into this ability, you're going to want to learn how to use it and use it wisely. Yeah, just use it wisely. What else is coming through for my pile 4? Lots of love, that's for sure. Yeah. A lot of love. It's going to feel like love. It's going to feel very beautiful. Do take advantage of sound healings. Maybe if you have Tibetan bowls, actually I do have one. I use it to cleanse the frequency between readings. So something like that. They do make them smaller. I think this is a heart chakra. I want to say it is because of the green color. But regardless, this is where I leave you, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, or if you would like to claim it, please do so in the comments below. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.